The footage of crashes, mishaps, and accidents within this video is presented strictly for educational and informational purposes to illustrate crucial lessons in RV safety, responsible road practices, and personal preparedness.
Coming at you fast like a freight train ride. Another crazy, stupid RV design. Smoking sparks, no fear, no mild. Buckle up, it's RVs Gone Wild.
All right, RVs Gone Wild, number 15. Have you had enough? Are you not entertained? And at the end, I've got this great collection I got from Nate O. So make sure you wait to the end and watch this full slideshow of all these great RVs that Nate O's collected pictures of. Just got back from Las Vegas where I had to go for work. And while I was at the National Association for Broadcasters, I got to plug our channel a little bit right there on the showroom floor. But hey, we're here to talk about RVs. Let's get into it. Now, this first one is not an RV, but it is a towing monstrosity. Has anyone ever seen anyone add a caster to the end of their tow hitch? What's going on here? Thanks to Terry L for sending this in. Yeti M sent us a whole bunch of different photos. Yeti likes to go to different car shows around the Vancouver area, so it's a local to my area. In addition to some cool camper vans, Yeti also highlighted this Terry Fox camper van from the Vancouver Auto Show in 2019. If you haven't heard the story of Terry Fox, please Google it after this video. It was such a heartwarming story to hear when I moved up to Canada and I finally understood the story, what was behind Terry Fox. So thanks, Yeti, for sending this in. Tom H sent us this video of Jimmy getting his jet. This is basically a guy on the internet who bought a jet that was the former Elvis Presley jet and turned it into an RV or a bus.
The Elvis jet is easily the biggest, craziest project I have ever done in my entire life. We took an abandoned jet that was owned by Elvis Presley and we're turning it into a bus. And today is the day that I'll find out if this was the best thing I've ever done or the worst thing that I've ever done.
I've included a link below. Check out the full video there. And tonight we're gonna have an early turducken dinner. That's right, it's time for a turducken. What's turducken? You all know what turducken is. That's when you take a turkey and inside it you cook a duck, and inside the duck you cook chicken, and it makes for some good food, and it makes for some weird tow jobs. Let's take a look. Bill N wanted to thank us for posting a pic of his dad camper on the Buick chassis, and he got a kick out of seeing it on the site, so tell your dad we said hello. Here's another amusing rig that he found in Montana. Let's take a look at this thing. I was wondering what was going on here, and it appears that there is a trailer-like body that's attached to the back of this Suzuki, but with a single caster, so that makes it not technically a double trailer. Essentially, the Suzuki and the trailer and the boat on top are all one single official trailer. Definitely turducken. Large Marge sent us this clip. I saw this one on Instagram myself as well. I think this might be in India. It's definitely South Asia, right? But here you've got tricycle turducken.
Holy shit, bro. Do you want to go on this thing? Mama say.
I can think of no earthly reason that they're doing this, but it looks funny as heck. John C sent this in. This is some turducken he actually made inside the SnowRunner game. So this is actually gameplay turducken. He liked to point out that these are all 3 Ford trucks, 4-wheel drive with a diesel power stroke. Robert C sent this in to us. This is sort of this Class C been chopped into a turducken mobile with the motorcycle that goes in the back. So in my mind, this definitely qualifies as turducken, and it's a really cool mod of a Class C. You know a man loves his motorcycle when he gives half of his RV to his bike and takes the other half for himself. I'm not sure what's going on with this military turducken, but it seems like they're taking some kind of side-by-side and getting it inside some sort of troop transport. I wasn't in the military. Maybe one of you guys out there can tell me what's going on here. And thank you for your service. Tom H sent this video in to me. It's actually Casey Liddell. He's a tow operator and sometimes snow winter recovery YouTuber. He's got a bit of an attitude, but he's fun to watch. And here's a video he threw up.
What are these guys even doing? This guy's pulling a car with this. This guy's pulling doubles up here.
Again, there'll be a link for Casey Liddell at Cascade Towing in the description. Now, who knows what's going on here? Wayne W. sent this in. He was a little confused himself. You've got this beautiful Class A, and it's got this trailer with this old pickup truck with this old camper on top. You got to wonder who's towing it for what. And then if you look closely, there's something really bad about this picture. It's missing a tire in the back. I'm hoping they weren't driving on from here without fixing that tire. Todd in Cabo sent this. This is a nice, cool old rig. Like I always say, RVing is as old as vehicles themselves. James R. spotted this one on Highway 5 in Northern California. Looks a little wobbly. Now let's roll on back to 1978 when RVs were made a little more solid, right? They also had a look worthy of the Brady Bunch itself. Thanks, John B., for sending this one in. This 1978 Empress is nicknamed Chuggy. I'm guessing that's for the way it chugs up the hills on these. Kelvin H. sent this in. Apparently this is called a GM Future Liner. I gotta look this one up. I remember seeing these a while back online, but I don't know how many they made. Ken and Heather sent in the camper that they built so they can just enjoy camping. It's always nice when you can build something simple to your own needs. Kudos to Ken and Heather on this one. Life After Death submitted this rig, built back in May 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic. He was homeless in Michigan. It was getting cold, so he made his own house. He had $600 and he built it on top of his truck. It's the first thing he ever built. He wanted to build like a sheep wagon covered wagon, and this is what he got. Hey, if it's keeping you warm and it's making it so you're self-supportive, dude, good job. Looks great. Stay safe. We actually only had one picture of this in the last one, but Timothy V sent me in some more pictures of this custom rig of his. And more importantly, he sent us a picture of his dog, which is going to take us to RVing with pets. I asked some of you to send in any pictures of your pets, and boy, did you. For those of you who don't care about pet pics, well, just skip to right here, and you can skip right over this section. For everyone else, let's get on with the pets. There's Timothy's dog. I don't think I have the dog's name in my notes, but it's a cutie. Ann and Steve M sent these in. These are their Boxer Lab mix. The old guy is 16 years old. They also got a 4-year-old Jack Russell Pug mix. Winner is their 4-year-old black and white Maine Coon cat. She's 8 months old and she'll have her first camping trip next weekend. It's camping season and get out there with your pets. Just keep them on leash, everybody. Carolyn and Mike W sent in this pic. This is Ozzy and Cooper. Look like some awesome RVing dogs. Chuck J sent us this pic. This is Flapjack, the van dog. Jason B sent this in. These two are Ricky and Lucy. Hey, well, there's the long, long trailer. If you haven't seen that movie, the classic Ricky and Lucy one, that's what it makes me think of. Anyway, they've got their whole dinette converted into the doggy zone. They call it their RV command center. Kathy W and her husband watch the channel. They are close by in Mission, BC. That's the next town over. Make sure you say hi if you see me on the road. They sent in their dog. And their dogs love camping, Keaton and Rosie. And they get this little tent to themselves outdoors so they can stay in the shade or stay warm when it's cold. Gets a little chilly up here in BC when you're camping. Calvin sent us a pic of his couple of dogs. They do love camping with him. We got Peaches on the left and Goofy on the right. Thanks for sending it in, Kelvin. Sean O sent us a pic of Abby May, an 11-year-old chocolate lab. She's a sweet old gal slowing down, but whenever they're camping, she seems to get 5 years younger. Tom and Joe shares a pic of their dog RVing with them. I didn't think I got the dog's name in my notes, but what a cutie. Thanks for sending in your pet pics. If your pets like to RV and you got any photos, send them my way. And of course, you can send me any photos of any cool RVs you might have. Send them to rvingwithjoe@gmail.com. Thank you, everyone. Got another one from Bill N. He was behind this guy on the ferry, and they barely got this guy onto the ferry between New York and Ontario, Canada on the St. Lawrence River. Yeah, that can't be the code. Blaine K spotted this hippie party bus in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I'm terrible with French pronunciation. I'm so sorry. Thanks for the support, Blaine. This is called Marion. It's a 1977 35-foot motorhome manufactured by the Marion Body Works in Wisconsin. It's apparently the only motorhome that was ever manufactured by this company that otherwise deals with like fire trucks and ambulances and builds things like that. All aluminum, all electric, powered by a 250 horsepower Caterpillar diesel engine. It's built on a 1976 Ford 8000 series truck chassis with a 12,500 watt Kohler generator on this thing. I'm gonna stop right there and say, this gets the tip of the hat, RVing with Joe, Gold Star Ford Award for being the coolest Ford in this episode. Thanks, Brian Q, for sending this in. CJB from Los Swamp Monsters sent this in. This apparently is their tour bus, I believe. You can actually look up Los Swamp Monsters and check out their music. Got it playing in the background right here. I'll put a link to their YouTube page below. And guys, yes, if I'm ever in the Nashville area, I'll look you up. Doug and Cynthia S. wanted to share us their rig that they built from the frame up. It's got a real nice classic wood look on the inside. Looks beautiful. Great job. Love Hut was featured in my last video, and they didn't know that a fan had posted some videos of them, so they sent us some more pics and videos. Apparently they got a group of friends out there. The black fan is Zach. The white fan is at the Vangelicos, which is a YouTube channel. So thanks for sending us the extra footage. I see you're a big fan of the Southwest, just like us. Mike C said this in. He said first he bought a cheap fifth wheel trailer, had severe water damage for it, so he stripped it down. Then he built a truck camper from scratch with everything that he stripped off. Then he realized he had no room for lawn chairs and barbecue, so he put the camper on top of a trailer, and now he has room for all the storage under his bed. Quite the progression. Nice final product. Thanks for sending in the pics. Bill from Red Rock Auto and Cycle sent this in. He saw this thing coming out of a Jack-in-the-Box in Cottonwood, Arizona. Apparently he's from Sedona, which is a gorgeous place if you ever get a chance to drive out in Arizona. And like I said, I got this great collection from NATO. He sent me dozens of pics. I really appreciate you sending them my way. And rather than me commenting on all of them, I'm just going to play them now with some music and let you take it all in. So big thanks to NATO for sending in those pics, and big thanks to everybody for sending in your pics. The pics of your pets, the pics of the cool RVs. I love it. Remember, I can't use all of them, but I really try. Send me what you got at rvingwithjoe@gmail.com. I'll try to add them to these videos. Make sure you send me a little description of what it is. I love seeing the insides as much as the outside. And with all this work travel and tax season, I'm really busy right now, but more camping videos are coming soon.